We're here to celebrate the oath of office of the city's newest director of Seattle's Office of Planning and Community Development, Rico Quirindongo. As our city prepares to grow and change over the next several decades, quite candidly, we need the best talent in steering us through this work. People who not only are bold and visionary, but people who are the masters at listening and tracking people, understanding what their pain points might be, what their anxieties could be. This is a special skill set that not many people are blessed to have. Rico clearly has demonstrated to our administration, me personally, that you are a master at those types of incredible interpersonal skills and substantive abilities as an architect or a planner to help people find, sort of, quite frankly, their own brilliance in the conversation without demeaning them or denigrating them. Your qualifications are rooted in your depth and breadth of experience in the private, public, and academic sectors, and I'm not even looking at them, but I see family over there with Don and his wife and Evelyn. I see them over here sitting. So you got community out here. I scoped the crowd, and I jokingly say that because I knew you in the private sector, that the reputation you developed as a city director of being empathetic, being caring, being smart, preceded you in the private sector, and that's a lifetime of professional work that you've done interfacing with people. Here's what a few other people have said about you: that you're a lousy cook. No, it didn't. I'm just not. It didn't say anything about that, Rico. It says, at his core, Rico is a servant leader who uplifts. Can you cook, by the way? I've just sort of let that. Okay. All right, Kate. I just sort of let that in. I don't know why I said that. It just epiphany here. Is a servant leader who uplifts the voices of community to inform Seattle's growth. He is respected, approachable, a leader with a positive disposition and strong personal integrity. He is truly committed to serving Seattle's culturally diverse communities through reinvesting in neighborhoods and addressing disproportionate impacts from Seattle's history. He consistently demonstrates selflessness through his mentorship of both students and his peers, giving his time, expertise, and knowledge. He is relentless in these pursuits. One thing that we're dealing with, particularly you saw it in the industrial land strategy and our long-term planning that you and your team have led with excellence, is that there are no right or wrong answers in this kind of work that you do. People just want that clarity that, no, this is the right thing to do. There's no right or wrong. This is policy-driven. But you clearly and consistently demonstrate a North Star, and to look at those who are impacted, and to do the research about what's happening in other cities and other parts of this country that makes sense. That's leadership, quite honestly. Point of personal privilege that I think many of you know, you've had some personal health challenges that we've talked about. And I think your courage and your commitment and that of your family, being a person of faith myself, that we all believe in you, and we believe that you have so much work for us to do together, that you are consistently demonstrate the kind of commitment and courage that will help us all get through this with you. And we're confident that when this is behind us, we'll remember this day on 7/11 where we reaffirmed our commitment to you, and the energy that we have to give to you and your lovely wife is here with open arms. We're with you. And this, with the council's confirmation, and I think the other city colleagues here supporting you, all of them are here for you, not AP. That's right. They're all here. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I got to have fun with this stuff. That, in all seriousness, you got warriors and prayer warriors and faith leaders behind you, and this is a great sort of icing on the cake as you find your sea legs back into what we'll consider normalcy. We love you, we respect you, and having said that, we're going to go through the formal piece of this oath of office. But I want to take a little personal privilege to say that I admire you and I respect you. I like him, but I admire him. I love you, okay? Well, I'll trump that one there. Okay, here we go. So once again, we're going to go through the I love you too. I'm living in a world where you have to watch every word you say. There's always a camera on, so I got to, now was that joke bad? Is that, okay, so Here's how we do it. So Sharon, we're going to ask you to come up again, and the ceremonial pin will be affixed by his wife, Kate Dean. Come on up.
Okay. Thank you. Beat me to the punch. All right. Well, repeat after me. I, Rico Quirindongo,
I, Rico Quirindongo,
swear or affirm
swear
that I possess all of the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
prescribed in the Seattle City Charter
prescribed in the City of Seattle Charter
and the Seattle Municipal Code
and the Seattle Municipal Code
for the position of the Director of the Office of Planning and Community Development,
for the position of the Director of the Office of Planning and Community Development,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
the Constitution of the State of Washington,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Seattle,
and the Charter and the ordinances of the City of Seattle,
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
and that I will faithfully conduct myself
as the Director of the Office of Planning and Community Development.
as the proud Director of the Office of Planning and Community Development.
Congratulations. Before you go away, can I get you to sign this too? Thank you.
Thank you.
I will give you your copy.
I am not as smooth as AP. I actually had to write it down. Thank you, Mayor Harrell, for your leadership and your vision and your really kind comments to me. I got all weepy over there. I appreciate the work I've been able to do with council members these last couple of years and building a great working relationship. I want to thank my fellow cabinet members, and congratulations to you, sir. Cabinet members who support me and who I get to collaborate with on the everyday. It's a really wonderful team. I want to thank my staff. I want to thank my staff who has been amazing in bringing me into the fold at the Office of Planning and Community Development, and who really are like the experts in the work, thought leaders, and really invested in community. I want to thank my friends and colleagues, and thank you, Evelyn, Donald, others who were able to come today, who've always been here for me. I want to thank my parents who couldn't be here today, and I especially want to thank my wife, Commissioner Kate Dean, Jefferson County, for your strength, your love, and steadfast support of me in hard times and in good times. We have a lot of work to do at the city to make for a more equitable landscape. Through our comprehensive plan, our One Seattle plan work, we need to ensure that everyone has a voice, regardless of where they live in the city, regardless of what level of income they make, regardless of the color of their skin and the nature of their heritage. We need to ensure that everyone that works in the city of Seattle can earn a living wage. We need to ensure that for anyone that chooses to or wants to live in the city of Seattle, that they have access to an affordable place to live, whether they are renting or buying, and regardless of their level of income. We need to right the wrongs of our past, including our terrible history of redlining, racial covenants, and other racist land use policies that were built into the regulatory framework for who was allowed to acquire property and own a home in the city. We must support our tribal partners and our urban indigenous organizations to ensure that the first people of the city are able to be seen and be celebrated and are able to live in comfort and pride with the rich cultural traditions that are so grounded in the care of family, community, and place. We must create opportunities for our BIPOC families and business owners across the city to build generational wealth. Through our programs at OPCD, our One Seattle Plan, the Industrial Maritime Strategy, our Equitable Development Initiative, through our station area planning, our downtown sub-area plan work, and through our partnership with community, our collaborations with our fellow cities and offices and departments, and our leadership of the mayor's office. We're invested in all of these visions and intended outcomes for all Seattle residents. Leading with equity, we are making certain that whatever policy work and community investments that we make as a department and as a city, that we do them in such a way that we are raising all boats, improving the places that people live, work, and play, and that we are giving voice and power to those that have been traditionally unseen and undersupported. I'm grateful for this job, for the opportunity to serve the city and my community. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Rico. So in closing, and stick around, we have this room rented for another 20, 30 minutes, so you don't have to go anywhere. I want to thank members of my executive team, the deputy mayors that are here. You didn't have to be here, but you knew the importance, particularly of these two portfolios, which are so significant in our city. I want to thank other cabinet members. Again, I see you, and I see you supporting your colleagues. And again, I don't mandate that anyone comes, but when you do things that you don't have to do because it's the right thing to do, that's where the magic happens. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that one thing I look for as a mayor are people that have true lived experiences. You could talk about equity, but my guess would be that the two of you have experienced exclusion, disrespect, microaggressions, all of the things that occur when you are trying to find your sea legs in this world as a child and now as young men, because you're young men to me. And it's that kind of tenacity and commitment and competitiveness that I think make you great leaders. And together we're going to do for and with this city the things that need to be done. And to the spouses, thank you. That when they come home and they're whining about me, never, okay. In all seriousness, thank you for being the great partners that you are. And I know that, just because it was in my notes, by the way, I knew that. But in all seriousness, thank you for being their rock. And with that, it's been a great day. We'll remember this day. 7-11, All-Star Tuesday. We got our two All-Stars. Thank you very much.